jump in quick. Let's analyze the board state. There's a lot going on, and
so we got to assemble the Legion, pumping out 5 tokens here. We take a look at Cervantes' board. He has a bunch of tokens, excuse me, a bunch of counters on his guys. That's from Assemble the Legion.
You see a township going on them.
Yeah, he has 2 copies of Silverblade Paladin, an Avacyn's Pilgrim, and a Voice of Resurgence token with a Rancor on it.
That last thing you said there was the one that really worried me from the control player side. And then I see Yeoh at 1.
I see a Terminus. That's what I see. And I see Assemble Legion tokens attacking with no fear, so this can't be good.
No, not at all. The thing about the green deck, it has no haste in it. It doesn't even, he does not actually play Advent of the Worm, so he has, like, Advent of the Worm is kind of a virtual haste card.
Yep.
The only card with, which kind of can have haste is Selesnya Charm. He can make an end-step Knight, maybe double Rancor it and cross his fingers.
Yeah, sometimes in green decks you see copies of Stringer Root Geist, but there are none of those here either.
Right. So all his creatures sorcery speed, as long as he has, I see a Revelation in Yeoh's hand. Despite the fact that he has him at 1, at that last life point, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah, and he already passed the turn back, so some Legion moves up to 6. Here's 6 tokens.
Terminus. I mean, this game is Yeoh's, right?
Yeah, I feel like this game is Yeoh's. Yeah, I mean, it's going to, because he has Revelation, the door is actually closed. And he has 1 million cards in his hand right now, too.
Right.
Like, flat 1 million.
Flat, approximately 1 million cards.
Yeah. And the game is just, the Assemble Legion is going to close the game out before Cervantes can actually do anything to get back into it. So he draws his card for the turn. He plays a Sigarda, Host of Herons. But again,
a pretty good card against control, except, he plays Terminus. He plays plenty of answers to that.
Yeah. But again, Assemble Legion is just going to pump out things. And again, Yeoh has the Sphinx's Revelation. This Assemble Legion is going to move up to 7. Here come 7 guys. And
it's 13 guys, actually.
Yeah. He's going to clone the Sigarda.
Sure, just for the insult, clone the Sigarda. Swing with a Legion.
Okay.
All right.
So he's going to Faith Shield. So
he gives himself protection. Yeah.
So he's actually trying to trap him a little bit there, which I kind of like. Like, he plays the Sigarda at the top. He's like, yeah, okay, go.
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah, so he's trying to trap him a little bit, which I actually like that play from Cervantes. Like, it just makes it seem like, oh, I don't have anything, like, I'm going to make you kill me, and it's like, all right, Face Shield with Faithful Hour, give myself protection from the colors of that token, of those tokens, and then try to kill you with a Sigarda, but that trick was not going to work.
He had the clone,
yeah.
And, a heads-up play, even if he doesn't have the clone, would be to swing and then post-combat. I mean, you just swing, and then it can't work, though, right? Because he swings, he gets Face Shield, and then he would post-combat Terminus, right? Yeah. So, I mean, an interesting bluff, but, like, one that probably is not going to work.
Yeoh's going to play a Sulphur Falls. And I might see a spell here really quick, but he's just going to pass the turn back to Cervantes. He's going to draw a card.
Yeah, all right.
And now he's going to
We're on to game 3. So our last match of the top 8, Jose Cervantes, as we saw as our overall 1 seed versus Ken Yeoh. We've seen Yeoh the last 2 rounds. We saw him win 2 win-ins to sneak in as the 8th seed into our top 8.
We got the sideboard on the screen. Let's take a look at Cervantes' first, because he is going to be on the play this game, and he's actually sideboarding like quite a bit here. You can see him moving a lot of cards in and out. 2 Intrepid Hero, 2 Ground Seal, 2 Oblivion Ring, 2 Pacifism, a Faith Shield, 2 Ray of Revelation, 2 Celestial Charm, 2 Garruk Relentless. None of these cards strike you as cards that are like, hey, I'm here to beat Hollow Fountain decks. No. So what to shift in and what to shift out is tough.
Let's talk about the cards you could run. It's the last 3. You could run Ray. You've seen Assembled Legion and you've seen Detention Sphere. I don't like it because at the same time, like, if your game plan is to be Ray of Revelationing and Assembled Legion, you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Your goal is your game plan should be kill him despite Assembled Legion. I don't know. I don't think you've actually seen enough Detention Sphere to merit boarding in Array. You could board in Celestial Charm because it kind of sneaks. It's your only way to sneak around a board sweeper. Mm-hmm. That said, it's only a 2/2, and that's not exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly not excited by it. I mean, the other modes are okay, but like the exile mode's not going to come up.
The exile mode's not a thing.
Yeah, and then the +2/+2 mode is like, normally you want to use that to just kind of push over a blocker, but he doesn't have a lot of blockers.
No, wait, hold on. You could exile a pumped Etherling.
Can you?
Oh!
Can you? You're pretty good if you can do that. I'll give you that. And you can, I mean, you could +2 like you could +2/+2 through like I guess a burn spell like a Searing Spear or something and kind of trick them a little bit there, but that probably shouldn't happen very often.
Yeah. Garruk Relentless, Planeswalkers are typically good against control decks because it forces them to fight on a front they don't really want to fight on. They have to Oblivion Ring it.
But one thing that I have actually found about Garruk Relentless against Blue-White-Red,
they just don't care.
Yeah, they just like the 2/2s that you're pumping out just really don't matter. But at the same time, that's against traditional Blue-White-Red when they're playing Augur of Bolas, Restoration Angel, Snapcaster Mage, stuff like that, where they can actually just like, just attack it and kill it.
Right.
Whereas this version of Blood Red, because he's so creature light, maybe that doesn't happen as much, but he has like more burn spells.
The reason I would those last two, Celestial Charm and Grok Relentless, I may want to board one is because I don't want to be playing Unflinching Courage at all in this matchup. That's what I mean. I don't want to put any auras on my guys. Ranker's fine because it's it's only kind of an aura. I mean, it doesn't have the card disadvantage aspect of it, but Ken's gonna be blowing up all my creatures. The last thing I want to do is throwing auras on them.
Yeah.
And to that level, I may even want to. The question is like, is Ranker has a potential because it makes your nut draws better. That's why I'd keep it in, but it's still an aura against a control deck. So would you rather have your full set of Rankers, or would you rather have some number of charms?
I want the full set of Rankers first.
Okay.
I do. Like as you said, it leads to the nut draws much better, and I think that's like a big deal. Like, especially when what you're probably trying to set up is you're trying to set up like where he has to sweep the board, and it involves like a Voice of Resurgence leaving around that 1/1 token. You're like, perfect. Like, get my Ranker back, Ranker this, keep bashing you. Like, kind of like the Strangaroo guy's mentality.
Is it very different from saying Ranker it as far as like +2/+2 at this turn? Like, I almost feel like Celestial Charm might be a better Ranker here.
I think that I think that you just want Celestial Charms to go along with the Rankers.
Okay,
like,
so
I think
you don't bring in the Garrux.
Yeah, I think you just want all 7. You cut the Unflinching Courages; those are the easy ones, and then like you probably just slice down on some number of Face Shields. Honestly,
Face Shields,
they're not
I think
bad,
it's fine.
but
I think it's probably better than what you're boarding in. It's a counter spell, right? It counters a removal spell.
Do you want 3 of them? Like, do you want 3 counter spells for removal spells? Like, because Celestial Charm can play the role of a counter spell,
You're right.
and also pump out a 2/2.
Yeah, so Celestial Charms are better than Face Shields for sure. Yeah, I could agree that maybe 2 Charms, 2 Garuks, board out some number of shields and courages, and that's about all I want to do with the deck.
I mean, none of these cards again are exciting, but like you want to be able to like maximize your deck.
I mean, you could board in Ground Seals because they cycle. That seems pretty bad, though.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
and plus you're only playing around with 2 Snapcaster Mages. Like,
I mean, you're not. You're actually just saying my cards are so bad that I'd rather have something that cycles if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Which, like, there are matchups, to be fair, where you might do that sort of thing, but I don't think we're totally at that point yet.
Yeah, I think the options are better than. Like your card quality isn't so low that like, and your options are so bare that you have to go like, all right, it's Ground Seal, let's do this.
Yeah, I think on the other hand, this matchup gets much better for Ken post sideboard. His sideboard
absolutely.
So he only had 4 sweepers in the main. Now he gets 6. He's certainly bringing in the extra 2 Terminus. He also gets to up his Pillar of Flame count from 2 to 4, and I think I think it's clear he brings those in. He has an Oblivion Ring. I like that too. He has a turn burn in the sideboard. Sure, I just kind of want to play a lot of kill spells.
Yeah, you just want to make your deck like a bunch of removal spells and then like stabilize.
And a Revelation.
Yeah, and then and then Revelate, and then like find a way to kill them. If it's Assemble, if it's Aetherling, whatever it is, like just find something to kill them and finish them off. That's all you want to do.
Right, and it's very talk about what to side out here, because that's kind of what your main deck does also. Is I think the counter spells in general are pretty suspect here. Jose plays 2 Cavern of Souls. On top of that, his cards don't really cost any mana. Like, I don't know how much I want Dissipate in this matchup.
Yeah. Especially when you're on the draw. Like, it's arguable on the play, but when you're on the draw, you don't want counter magic. Like, you just want to be able to, like, just kill your guy, like Wrath or whatever, as Jose is going to take a mulligan down to at least 6 here.
Yeah, so outside of that,
And so's Ken.
Okay, so both players on 6?
Yeah.
All right. That could, like I said, again, I don't really know if that favors either deck here. Jose, his opening hands need to have a couple pieces for them to be good. It's typically like he needs lands and like a mana guy and then one of his hard hitters. And that's usually, what his ideal draws look like. And it's very possible he's going to have to keep a hand which is missing part of that equation.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean his hand will be bad, but means he'll be very possibly playing off the top of his deck.
If I'm Jose's seat here, like the cards that I'm looking for in my opening hand is like, as you said, I'm looking for lands. I'm looking for either Thalia or Voice of Resurgence, or in a perfect world, both.
Yeah.
And then like maybe a Rancor to like get the clock going really quickly.
A Rancor or a Sublime or something.
Yeah. But I want one of those 2 drops in my opening hand. Like, I don't want to be without with those. I don't want like a draw that's going to go like Absence Pilgrim into Loxodon Smiter, because I don't think that that's a game-winning draw.
No, it shouldn't be. There's the control deck is so well positioned to answer draws like that you really just can't, sure, you might have a Silverblade Paladin into something else, but you have to think, like, Ken kept his hand for some reason. He probably can answer a 2/2 Soulbound guy.
Yeah,
You'd rather have the disruption.
I agree with you. So, both players are going to go down to 6 here, and we will we'll see what they can muster up. Cervantes, again, going to be on the play, so he's going to take a look at his first 6. Is he happier this time? That's the question. And he leans back in his chair a little bit, so I got a feeling he's not. And he isn't.
Going to 5. Ken keeping on 6. Or no, he hasn't looked yet. He was waiting to see what would happen before he made a decision, it looks like.
Is he going to go back?
And no. I think looks like he's hanging on to it.
Looks like he's unsure if he wants to hang on to it. Can't really tell. Maybe it's all a ruse.
It's all a ruse. He's going to wait till Jose is done shuffling. He's going to cut his deck and then go, I'm all again. It's like, I'm taking this extra time just to demoralize you into thinking that I'm not mulliganing.
Yeah.
And remember, the winner of this will be playing Brandon Hall tomorrow morning. Brandon Hall's on a red-green aggro deck. Both players, I think, are actually decently okay playing against a red-green aggro deck.
Yeah, I don't think they mind too much.
No, both. I think it's probably a favorable matchup for either of these two.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing here is, like, Hall will be on the play if he plays against Ken, and be on the draw if he plays against Jose, so I think the play draw is going to actually be a pretty big deal there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ken as the 8 seed will be on the draw every match for the top 8.
And Jose is going down to 4.
That's got to be real frustrating.
Yeah.
Remember, Jose undefeated on the day. He's gonna need something pretty good here, or he's gonna. I think he has to hope. And this sounds bad. He's like you hope that Ken Mullet kept a sketchy 6, where it's like, you know, he kept a 1-lander with a lot of action, and then you'd hope the opponent just like bricks out on 1.
Yeah.
And then, you know, maybe you play a smiter and it just goes the distance.
Yeah. Or like the other hope here is that, you know, Jose's able to find like 2 lands, Thalia, and then like X, and Thalia like ruins his draw of like
Ken has 2 lands, doesn't, you know, gets Thalia'd.
Yeah, has like Think Twice, and Azorius Charmer's like, boy, oh no.
Yeah. I mean, you hope he doesn't have Pillar of Flame at that point.
Yeah. I mean,
then you lose.
You're hoping for a lot if you're Jose right now, since you're on a mulligan to 4.
All right, and we did see a mulligan to 4 from John to almost win earlier against Ken.
Yeah, competitive.
Yeah, he got to draw 5 off of Garuk, which almost got him there.
All right, so
all right, there were lands and spells. Check. Plains.
There's certainly a land, and there's there's a Pillar of Flame over there too.
Yeah, Gavany Township, and like you said, Thalia.
There's Thalia.
But I think Ken has the Pillar for it.
Yeah, we see the Pillar, and I think we're going to see, yep, there's the second land. Pillar is going to take care of the Thalia. So, I think one of the best mulligans that on the 4, and he has a backup Thalia, okay.
And his last card, he has a voice, too. He has the cards you were talking about. I don't know if it's enough, because he has no follow-up. And Ken's had, you know, Etherling, that's not really a good card right now.
Holofont comes to play
He has 2 turn burns. So, we're just going to see a burn on Thalia.
Oh, so yep. Can I attack? All right, turn it. What's this? This is Face Shield.
Face Shield. So Ken should have made that play main phase.
Agreed. In for 2.
I mean, especially when your opponent's in such a tight spot, you're just fine 1-for-1ing him and playing lands.
Yeah. So he took 2 from the Holofont and then 2 from the Thalia here. So
yep, so he's at 16. There is another turn burn in Ken's hand. Possibly Ken will learn from his mistake and just main phase this one.
Yeah, just kill it.
Or he could, if he has a land, he could clone it. I would main phase kill it though.
Does he have a land?
Nope, he does not have another land, but he does have the turn. He's passing it back.
Again.
I really hope that Jose just draws another face shield and
yeah, I mean,
he'd be like, dude, why won't you learn?
Yeah, making that mistake 2 times in a row, like you're just opening yourself up to losing a game or getting yourself in a bad situation that you have no business getting yourself into.
And Jose not hitting his 3rd land.
Yep.
Pretty depressed on it. And I think what's going to happen is, you know, Ken might hit Etherling before Jose hits Forest, which that would be the game when that happens.
All right, there's Forest.
All right,
we'll try to play a little magic
Smiter
here.
Can't counter it.
You can try to counter it.
Yeah, okay. You're allowed to cast
That's a legal
counter
thing
spells
that you
targeting
can do.
locks on Smiter. Ken may just clone it, or he has multiple ways to kill it. He could verdict it. You know, originally he plays Sacred Foundry. He's just going to try to kill spell it.
Yep.
Rather than he doesn't need to make his Etherling yet.
So Jose's going to draw another card here. You see Oblivion Ring in his hand right now.
All right, so from Jose we see Voice of Resurgence, and
is just going to pass?
Just passing.
He
didn't play the Pilgrim. I think interesting because the Pilgrim allows him to next turn start townshipping.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by that too.
And the Pillar, remember, you do not get an elemental token off Pillar because it does exile. So a great answer there. And Ken clearly must feel confident here. He's shocked to play the Etherling.
He's going to play Etherling untapped, and I mean, we've seen this like a couple times. Like, just play it with a blue up. Like
right.
Just play it like it should.
This
should just never happen.
You look. Why is Etherling under an Oblivion Ring? Why is it? That's what I just want to yell that.
Yeah, it's just something that shouldn't happen. Like, I understand that your opponent mulliganed to 4, but like that card should just never die. Like, you should cast it with the blue up, and then your opponent should just be
win.
like, yeah, your opponent should just be
win.
mad that they can't kill it and then just lose.
Right. So he's given an option. Unfortunately, it kind of has the revelation, so it probably doesn't matter. In response to the voice of resurgence, yeah, he's going to revelation for a 4.
Yeah. So 4 cards
But
coming
if he bricks here, you know, Jose has a chance. Like, he probably doesn't, because you know his deck, all his deck is removal spells. So he probably drew a removal spell, but he's got a pillar again for the voice of resurgence.
And he brings it attention for.
Interestingly, you could have, if you were Cervantes, you could have waited until one more land to play voice, and then you could have voiced and with township mana up.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know if you're supposed to do that. Like, the situation's pretty grim already, but that would, you know, that would have given you a little more play.
So
And he
here's
has
a
Sigarda.
Sigarda, but we know that Ken has a clone in his hand.
Okay, so. And yeah, so yeah, he detention sphere, but he also has got to detention sphere the O-ring. Atherling's back now. Hopefully Ken will not tap out again.
Yeah, I mean, if you've learned anything from today, and I know that you were on break for the round that Glenn and I covered, just
stop tapping out with Atherling.
Atherling is completely bonkers. Just don't tap out with it. Just leave a singular blue mana up, and there's nothing your opponent can do. They're actually helpless.
Yeah.
And like, that's not okay, but they are just actually helpless when this happens.
All right, so we see the swing in with Etherling. I don't even know if he,
He's gonna blink it out. I think he's gonna cast Verdict.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, so he's gonna Verdict. Yeah, okay. And this is fine. Like, he could have just cloned the Sigarda, but like,
this is better.
Yeah, I think this is just way better. Because now he can just do. I mean, he doesn't.
Now he can clone the Etherling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he doesn't.
Then he has an
need to.
insurance policy in case he accidentally taps out again. He'll have another one.
Yeah. So now think twice. He's gonna draw a card on Jose's end step. He's gonna draw another card here. There's a Sulphur Falls. And Etherling is going to start doing what Etherling does, which is attack for 8 and just be great.
Yeah.
You know, it's really funny, like, when I saw this card, you know, the first thing I thought of was just like, here's a Sublime Archangel, but the first thing I thought of was just like, okay, like, so they've done this before, right? Like, they printed Torchling and Thornling, and like, those cards...
Dumbling that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, Wind Reaver, like, they've printed Morphling variants, it's like, yeah, all these cards
They're all bad.
suck.
I mean, to be fair, like, if you've done anything from playing cube drafts, like, Morphling's not even good anymore.
Yeah. So, like, you know, I saw them, like, print this card, and I'm like, okay, like, it's another Morphling variant. It probably sucks like the rest of the Morphling variants. And, like, I'm very wrong. And, like, Zimashu wrote an article about it on the premium side of Star City. He's like, yeah, this card's stupid. And, like, when Zvi writes about...
like, insane good?
Yeah. Like, when Zvi writes about cards in Constructed, and he's just like, this card's insane, it's like, yeah, my ears perk up, and I'm like, okay, like, I better pay attention.
Yeah.
Because, like, the last...
Well, I mean, it's a mono blue Morphling, which means it's probably good.
Yeah. Because, like, every time that Zvi has basically done